So just finished the live stream, but I thought not everyone has the time to watch everything back. So let me do a quick wrap up for everyone to see what my thoughts are. And also it's the last week that I post like everything for free. So why not give a little extra present? Feel free to join the Discord server. Also in the free server, there's a lot of value to be found. Also streams will be there for free and a lot of other stuff. And then, yeah, the premium server is where real shit happens with daily live streams, daily statistical updates, TradFi updates, crypto updates, Truth Day. Also a lot of other people with very good analysis, trades, stuff. It will be worth it. There's also a discount code which you can find in the announcements. It's launch 30, I believe, launch 30% discount. And in the next few days, you can also enter the premium site when using an exchange. My partner, which is by Tunix. So definitely check that out. For now, let's dive into the chart. We have BTC still in the same range. So we have low to high right there. And as posted yesterday, if we look back at every range we had since the all-time high, and every time it has been a distribution range. So if you're trending down, you pull your range from low to high, and then in a downtrend, every range is a distribution range until proven otherwise. So here you basically had a local model, like a 2-tap AK, or like here, this is more like a model 2, where we took extreme liquidity and then went down, naked low, eventually taken, go down. This was our last 2-month range. You trend down, you take your low, high. Then what do we see again? Naked low, right there. High is getting taken locally, 1, 2, 3, right there. Did not hit the range low, but here 1, 2, 3, bearish PO3. You take the highs, you leave the lows behind. Here, super clean liquidity trail all the way there. And then the moment you break back in the range, you get a full rotation back to the range low. So if we look what is now happening, we're trending down, full range from low to high. We have a naked low. So this low is open, which you want to see accumulations to expect price to give a reversal you can trust. As long as that does not happen, every range should be treated as a distribution range. So also if you look at the 4-hour structure, you have basically from high, you come down, up, down, up, down, up, down. So your 4-hour market structure is located right there. And then daily is even higher up, with 4 hours the most significant lower or more or less lower time frame where you have structure on, which is right there. And then we have also 12-hour and here a combined 4-hour supply right there. So this is 4-hour bearish market structure, supply, super clean supply. And if we look at the deviation threshold, which means any move within your deviation threshold can be seen as a manipulation. And then oftentimes you get acceptance back in your range rotation. So all those points line up all around this zone from 74 till like 77. So until proven otherwise, I expect this to be again a distribution range. Now, if we look locally, what is our structure and what did we do? This was on the last weekend where a war news came. This was the extreme point where a lot of people started shorting a war, this and that. Then we got that squeeze higher. Then here we formed a higher low. And technically here, higher high, higher low, higher high. So locally, we are in this local uptrend. And for this week, we have the bullish stats. And we basically broke our structure from left to right here. So basically this whole range is range demand. And then we have some more refined levels. This is the point where you started from. This is demand. And this is also bigger demand. So we have some clean levels of demand below us, which is also the reason why I think that we will give a distribution range, but I don't think that this is already our POI because we have so much demand below us that we can reject from here. But then I expect us to come back and then give the lower high here for like the model 2. Or we come back down here. And in a minute I will go in low time frame. But for now, let's say we come for this range demand, then come back up. Then I still think that there's big reason for price to come for this supply and then have like the model 1. But either way, I expect us to eventually trade towards this low again, and especially this local sell side liquidity. Then now a bit more on the low time frame, because we had here the breakout, and basically our most local structure is here, higher low, higher high. So this is our local market structure low. Okay, it's there. Let's erase that range. Then yesterday we made this high on Wednesday, which is a based on timing an unlikely high to put in the high for the week. So from here we basically trend it down. Let me make the range, and then this was the low. So this was the range I was watching during the stream, and I also mentioned here's some demand that it was super likely. Let's make this clean for now. That we would take out the low. That was my main expectation. So this low was our daily low and this was our daily high. Why was it so? Was I confident that one of them at least would be taken out, and preferably the low? Was because they both were created during the London session. So daily low was London low, daily high was London high. The London session very rarely prints a daily high or low, and like it's very rare for price to print daily low and high during London. So at that point I knew we have range high, range low, mid range. Wait at least for your low or the high to be taken out before higher probability trades will present them. Also mentioned it here, I believe. Current daily stats are bearish with a very weak London low, so likely to see new lows develop closer towards the New York session, hour 12, where the strongest session stats can give a potential reversal. Plan local scalp shorts only until we reach stronger time zones for potential daily low to be formed. So I missed this local model 1 distribution right here with the 1, 2, 3 break to bearish right there. This could have been a scalp short towards that weak daily low. Actually a very nice one. Some in the group did take it. Right there, daily low, weak daily low, clean 3-hour trade. And during the stream I also mentioned like wait for this low to be taken out, then we can watch what happens. So now that we did it, we actually also came into some. Do we tap this one? Not by a very. Okay, so we have like 30-minute demand. We just front ran it, but basically this whole zone can be seen as demand. And we did tap this, so more or less mitigated. However, if we look at the range, so we have range high, range low, and we look at our deviation threshold, and price tapped there. So this could still be our tap 2. And then what you want to see is that price goes up here, then maybe slow pullback, and then you look for structure like that for either a model 2 right here, or because we are now front running this demand zone, which could be the inducement, they can also look for price to potentially come up a bit, reject from supply, slow pullback down into this demand, then a structure break, and then the reversal. And then you have also like a nice liquidity curve. And then the potential is there still to like tomorrow get that reversal to these, to take out the range high and make new weekly highs. Because if we look at the statistics, then hopefully it wants to load. We are currently on a hype, so we have to, and based on timing, this is big hype here. 83% of the weeks form a new P2 after Wednesday. So based on timing, it's still very likely to make a new high past this one. And I also think that if this was already the high, then it was a nasty move. You had like a local 1, 2, 3 local distribution here, so exhaustion. But yeah, what I mainly expect, or we are truly super weak, is that we get the better looking distribution right here. And that's also what I hope, because I want to have swing shorts from here all the way to the range low. If we look at the local structure and say, okay, this is your high low, this is your higher low, high high, which is also the hourly structure. So you don't want to lose your hour structure back to bearish. So this is really a key point where you want to see buyers step in. If buyers fall below here, then I think that we can give a bounce from that demand, but that it will be a bearish retest and then a full move down, in which I think that this move then was already our manipulation above the range. As long as we hold here, I still think we can make our way back up for better distribution right here. So that are basically the plans. So what I see is we created locally some supply. So that is for the bulls, they have to get through that. More refined is this right here. So I'm also going to set an alert there. If you get weakness in it, you could even look for potential shorts in case this was indeed the high, top. So let's say you have this, sweep of that high, break of structure back to bearish, can look for a short, stop above that supply and then target lower. But for now, yeah, main plan is to see price mitigate supply, come back up, and then give that structure to work with. So this, pull back, then maybe tomorrow during New York, down, up, break structure, get back there. That would be the cleanest play, but yeah, you never know. It can also be that we lose demand here. Then I'm also interested in shorts on the back test and then towards there. So a lot of different options, but again, today we saw that statistics helped us a lot to determine that we at least could not look for longs before taking out this low, because that was super improbable. For now, hope this update helped a bit, and hope to see you guys in the server. Otherwise, happy clicking as always. Cheers.